Cari amici di Hyper Bros, Monastery or unMonastery? Poi mi riprenderanno sicuramente per la pronuncia, lui lo sa parlare meglio.
Va accentata la prima sillaba. Monastery.
Monastery or unMonastery? This is the problem. Ovvero?
Eh sì, questo è il problema, monastero o non monastero, è un progetto di Matera 2019 di cui adesso parleremo. Io mi rivolgerò direttamente ai promotori di questo progetto, gli Edgeryders.
Siamo in due oggi, questa è una cosa molto molto bella, c'è un grillino e un non grillino, è un non grillino, grillino non grillino.
This is another problem.
Come si dice grillino?
Penso rimanga uguale.
No, in English. Grillino or non grillino? Ungrillino. This is the problem. Scherzi a parte, ci vediamo tra poco perché sarà una passeggiata molto bella quella che ci proponiamo di fare.
Laboratori di progettazione partecipata basati sulla professionalità di diversi saperi e sulla condivisione dei contenuti con la comunità locale. Sono quelli che Matera ospiterà come città pilota di un ambizioso progetto europeo denominato unMonastery a partire dal prossimo mese di settembre. L'iniziativa, promossa dal Comitato Matera 2019 nell'ambito delle politiche legate al percorso di candidatura a Capitale Europea della Cultura, è stata presentata oggi a Matera da Alberto Cottica e Rossella Tarantino del Comitato Matera 2019 e dagli attivisti della comunità degli Edgeryders, ideatori di unMonastery, ad un numero chiuso di rappresentanti dell'universo culturale e associazionistico, oltre che di cittadini iscrittisi per posta elettronica a un incontro preliminare nella mediateca provinciale per individuare i temi principali e di interesse generale sui quali si andrà a imperniare poi l'attività dei 15 professionisti scelti da un bando che ne accetterà 50 in tutto, nell'esperienza di laboratorio che per 3 mesi e con un contributo pubblico di massimo 400 euro a testa si svolgerà nel Palazzo del Casale, nel Sasso Barisano. Sarà in 500 metri quadri di quegli spazi che unMonastery riproporrà il clima particolare di collaborazione degli antichi monasteri, come per secoli hanno fatto le comunità monastiche che si sono succedute nei cenobi dell'habitat rupestre dei sassi stessi, questa volta però aperti al contributo collettivo finalizzato al bene comune, su questioni come l'energia, le risorse idriche, le nuove forme di scambio economico e le calamità. Edgeryders, che come si è detto ha ideato il progetto, è una comunità internazionale di più di 1300 membri che dal 2011 affianca il Consiglio d'Europa nelle sue politiche giovanili e che collabora al progetto Matera 2019.
Dear monks, here we are in front of a monastery of the town of Matera, which is the monastery of St. Lucy, which is the one on the left, of course. Meanwhile, on the right there is some rubbish from constructions, and of course your project is very much linked to what is the candidacy to 2019 of Matera 2019, and we must say first of all that the unMonastery project has not been very much shared or participate in the town. Most of the time the committee of Matera 2019 stressed the point on the participation of the people, that all decisions are shared, but this has not been the case. As yes, it's true, they asked us what are the problems that the unmonks should solve, but we did not decide which project to carry on. The good thing would have been for the committee to ask the people of Matera what kind of project you would like to carry on in this town, and later on they should have said, okay, we have 10 projects, which one of, let's talk about them, and which one of these you think is the best for the town. They didn't do that. They said, okay, we have this project, which is unMonastery, and this is the project we have to carry on, and we can talk about it, which is a bit different than to choose a project together. have been following this project for more than 1 year, and probably since the beginning, when Edgeryders decided to have a project like unMonastery, even before that Matera was the town selected for it. And I also understood very well that the project is not exactly very clear, because this is a project which is on the road, is on the way, so the limits, the boundaries, the borders of the project cannot be very precise. But this can be good as long as we are on the web and we are chatting between friends. But when a local administrator, as it happened a few days ago, he's called Pedicini, asked the promoters of the project exactly what the project is about, the answers have not been very clear. They were, well, we don't know yet what the project will be about exactly. You must be very clear. You cannot be smoky, and this project is very smoky, and it can be smoky unless it's getting money from the local community. In this case, we must know where our money is going. So next time some local administrator asks you where our money is going, you must be very exact and very precise. And here we are approaching very slowly to the place that has been chosen as the unMonastery, and so where a few monks will be living for a few months. And as you can see, is in a district which is the old town of Matera, which is pretty much deserted, as it was evacuated in the 50s. So now 99% of the people of Matera, they leave. I'm from Matera too. We live, we work, we spend time, we have a coffee, we socialize in another area of the town. So this is a place which is pretty much isolated in the middle of a ghost district, and nobody's here. I think it would have been much more helpful for the 10 people of you that will be living here actually to experience and to live with the families of Matera, so to be hosted in the houses of the families of Matera, and so you could have experienced much more the life we do and the problem we face, much more than being here isolated in a kind of a shell just of yourself. I know that you will be going around, but also symbolic. It's a symbol, but it's also something very concrete and realistic, that to experience and live in the houses of people of Matera is much better than to be isolated in a building in a ghost district of the town. I perfectly know that you are not going to get that much money. You are going to get a lodge and food and a pocket money, something like 300 euro per day, but per month. But this is also money that they could have gone to the families of Matera that were hosting you. And this was a much better way, in my opinion, to mingle yourself in town, to be part of the town, to face the same problems, to understand better, and for the town to meet you in a much better way than to be here in the ghost district. So here we are in the front of the entrance of the unMonastery, that, or better, all the group of buildings that have been chosen to be the unMonastery. And of course now nobody is here, so nobody will answer to our ring. And this kind of project, a monastery, may sound a bit patronizing, as there are a bunch of people coming from abroad to a local community saying, you know, we can find solution to your problems. Now, I know that probably this is not the case. Now, let's think that this is not the case, that you are here helping us together with you to find a solution together to our problems. Now, this is not even the point, because we perfectly know what are our problems, and we also know what are the solutions to this problem. We know what are the right answers to our problem. But the main issue here is not to find solutions, because we already have them. We got them. The problem is to implement the solutions we have, and why they are not implemented. And the reason, there are many reasons. There are political reasons, the local administration's reason, there are logistic reasons, there are technical reasons, there are lobbies of interests that are obstacle to to implement all this solution we found. There are money reasons, so we don't have the money to implement them, and bureaucratic reason and legal reasons sometimes. Now all these reasons are obstacles for the solutions to be implemented, and there is nothing actually that a group of people, not even from Matera or from abroad, it doesn't matter, in just 3 months or 5 months can actually solve this problem we have, which is the implementation of the solution. So I may say that in Matera there is only one problem, which is the implementation of the solution we already know. For any problem we already have the solution. For the waste problem of waste policy, we have the solution. We perfectly know zero waste policy. For the traffic, we perfectly know the solutions. But for each solution we have, there is an implementation problem, and few people coming from abroad will spend a lot of time, first of all, to understand and to detect which are the obstacles, and then they will realize that it's pretty much impossible for them to change them. And this is another gate to enter the unMonastery, and as you can see, very few people have come here in the last years. And here on the other side we have the headquarters of the committee of 2019. Now the project of the Edgeryders had been included in the bigger project of the candidacy to the European Capital of Culture for 2019, and Matera is one of the candidate city. Now you will hear and listen and read also very critical comments hostile to the candidacy, and they will also be hostile to the project of unMonastery. And you may wonder why. And now the reason is that clearly nobody is against Matera being the capital of culture for 2019, but you have to understand that the project, the full project, the whole project is directed, managed and organized by the local administration. And so when you live in Matera and you experience Matera every day, you will face every single minute of your life thousands of problems that are not solved by the local administration, and sometimes are even created by the local administration. And so when you face every single minute of your life problems, and then the local administration tells you that in 2019 you will be in heaven, well, actually you are more worried about the hell you're living in 2013 and 2014. So the reason why a lot of people are hostile to the candidacy is actually that who is carrying on the candidacy is not credible anymore, because it tells you a fairy tale, meanwhile you live in the real world. And they do nothing to face and to solve the real world problems we have, and they are just focusing on the fairy tale of 2019. So that's why they will be hostile. Some people, not all of them, will be hostile to the project and will also be hostile to the candidacy of 2019. And but I can also end with a positive note, because this project won't be useless at all. Entirely, at least, because it will be useful for sure. It will to all the people that will come here as monks, because they will benefit from being in Matera for a few months. Also, a few people from Matera that you will meet in your stay here will benefit from meeting you, because we meet people from all over the world. We can talk with them. We can open our mind. This is good for sure. And also the candidacy, the process of the candidacy can also benefit from it, because it's a European project, so it's also good to have it in our town, and it's also an international project and so on. So the process of the candidacy of Matera can also benefit from it, but the town itself, I don't think will benefit from it. I don't think so.